Hello again, Year 4. So, as we went through my modelled example together, now it's your turn. So your question is to look at page 89. Find a group of words to suggest that Fred thinks the sardine tin is a significant object. Just in case you're unsure what the word significant means, it means important. So page 89 is on the screen. Can you have a go at answering this question? Write it down on a piece of paper what your answer would be, please. Pause the video now and have a go at doing that. Off you go. Okay, did you use the same structure as me? Did you highlight the keywords first and find page 89? Did you realise that again, we're looking for a group of words, not one word, 2, 3, maybe even more? Then did you highlight the words sardine tin and significant? Because we know that we are talking or thinking about a sardine tin, and we are also thinking about how it's important. So, you may have read the text and you may have found where they speak about the sardine tin, because this is where they first ever speak about it. Con says it's an empty sardine tin. Now we are thinking about Fred, not Con, so we can read past this bit and we can start to read down here where Fred says yes, and he rubbed at the rust on the tin and closed his fingers tightly around its jagged edge. A sardine tin in the wildest place in the world, that's all. Well, let's think about what Fred's doing to this sardine tin that makes me think that he thinks it's an important object. What he's doing is rubbing at the rust on the tin. He's making sure that it's clean. He obviously wants to have a look at it at some point, and he also closed his fingers tightly around the jagged edge, which suggests that he wants to be gentle with it and he doesn't want it to break. So there are two groups of words here that we could possibly use. Now I think I would probably choose to use the quote where it says he rubbed at the rust on the tin, because I think that suggests the sardine tin is a significant object. Now you might have said he closed his fingers tightly, because that also might suggest that the sardine tin is a significant object. But we also might say because the way he wants to clean the tin suggests he thinks that something more important might be inside, or he might find something else out about it. So that's my answer, and I hope that you took the same steps too. Your task today, you are going to have this sheet in your resource pack. Now, just as a little note up here, I have reattached yesterday's copy of the text that we've read, just because I asked you to look at some of the pages like page 80 and 82 that are part of yesterday's reading. So there will be 6 different copies of the pages for you to look at and find the answers from, okay? So the first 3 questions are all asking you to look at pages and finding a selection of the text or words that suggest something else. And then question 4 and question 5, but question 5 isn't included on this screenshot that I've shown you here, gives you a quote to look at. So it says here, I'm going to jump in and see. And then it asks you something that it might suggest, and you need to tick one, okay? Before ticking one, read all the options first, like we practiced last week in one of our lessons, okay? Always read all the answers available and then you can choose. Okay, that is your task for today. Make sure that you try really hard to write the word because, and if you don't have enough space on your lines, if your handwriting's a bit bigger than the lines that I've given for you, then you can just do it underneath the line. You can draw another line with a ruler underneath and that would be perfect. Okay, now just a quick plenary to finish the lesson. I would like you to be the teacher. I want you to imagine you're teaching someone else how to make inferences from a text. What 3 top tips would you give them? Pause the video and have a think. Okay, how did you get on? You might have said that you might give them a tip of reading the question, highlighting the keywords. You might give them a tip of reading the page, the whole page that it asks you to look at before choosing your answer, just so you get a feel for the text. You might give a top tip of making sure that you use the word because in your answer, because you want to extend your answers, so you want to teach them to as well. Okay, so those are just 3 top tips that you might have came up with. You might have had some other ideas too. Have a lovely rest of your day, Year 4, and I will see you in our next lesson. Goodbye.